Exactly a decade ago, on November 24th of 2013, there was an incident happening in the city of Omihachiman, Japan. A 14-year-old girl has jumped off the balcony while recording it on her live stream, on her phone during a live stream, and some people told her to jump off in order to become a legend. And the day before, she has posted several final tweets, which were really depressing. There was even a news report about it that was made around the same time as the incident, but nobody really cared. That was until the January 8th of 2020 when one J-rock band made a song called Ruru's Suicide Show on livestream that as of now garnered 33 million views, despite sounding average at best and awful at worst. Just like their most famous song, My War, which serves as an anime opening for the Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 1, which itself sucked, just like the anime. The Ruru song came out at a pretty perfect time, when a pandemic was happening, and a lot of people were forced to stay at home or isolated under the guise of self-protection. And it was during the same time when actually great musicians such as Porter Robinson made songs about depression, yet garnered like few views, like 7 million or 10 views, and didn't get as much of the same respect as the J-Rock band. And then there were horror channels that made the videos in March and April, which were catering towards emotional thinking people. And they made videos about Roro Chan's early life and her first videos, which were not prominent at all, despite making several videos of her being depressed. Yeah, she was making several videos of her being depressed, like playing on piano. And there were a lot of fans whom were Gacha Live girls and weeb ones whom like kawaii stuff and had no idea about what the actual depression is, besides feeling sad. They even started a subreddit, which now has 7,000 members. Compare it to the Okigam official subreddit, which has 4.7 thousand members. Even though the Okigam community, is far more passionate about their own thing that they like. Roro-chan fans would make fan arts out of her, but instead utilizing her real self with mask, like real self as in the videos that she was posting, they used the OC version of her from this garbage music video that made the case more popular. Sure, there were other copycat cases inspired by Roro-chan, such as Nakai Kiyaka and Min's attempt at jumping themselves on the rail tracks, but they were not as prominent as before. They haven't had anything known about themselves. And a lot of Roro-chan fans care about her because she's from Japan. And they like Japan, not because of people, not because of transport, not because of innovations or sports like baseball, but because of anime and kawaii stuff, which is emotionally appealing to them. To the gacha girls and the weeboos. And they barely care about other cases of suicide. For example, do you remember what happened exactly 2 years after Roro's final tweets? There was a Russian girl from Ussurisk whom was 1 year older than Roro, and was wearing a mask, a pink beanie hat, and headphones, named Rina Palenkova, whom was fatally injured after laying herself on the rail tracks while the train was passing by, and several hours before the incident. She posted a post on the VK saying, "Nya, bye bye." Her boyfriend was shocked by what he saw after the incident and was deeply upset. Her subreddit as of now has 2,000 members, which is not as weird since her backstory was much clearer than Roro's. Or let's go 3 years later, with the case of a boy named Shoaib Aslam. He was born from Pakistani parents a year after Roro-chan, and he lived in Stockton, California with them. He was really passionate about anime, and his anime list is the most obvious proof of his passion, alongside Reddit conversations he had in anime subreddits. Although he was heavily manipulated by others in social media due to him being open about being depressed, and on March 14 of 2018, he shot himself on a live stream, and after which his mom saw it and was immediately shocked and screamed. It must have been a colossal loss for them. The next year, there was a man born a year after Shuaibi, or Shoaib Islam, and was also from Russia. His name was Lev Koroblyov, and he had a heart disease. He realized that he couldn't live longer than 2 weeks, so he shot himself on October 17th in 2019, just like Shuaibi, while saying Rena's words. His subreddit has 333 members as of now. And I feel really sorry for his circumstances, as the diseases change people's lives forever, and it must be really hurtful to die slowly in pain. And then there was the case that happened in 2020 with one person you probably may know, Ronnie McNutt. Yes, he's the oldest one here, as he was born on May 23rd, 1987 in Mississippi, and he was depressed after he served in the US military during the later years of the Iraq War. Yes, and he was even there. Could you imagine what he had to go through towards in those times, especially in such a pretty serious war? He would later on find a job at a Toyota plant, making the world's best-selling car, and the most known one, the Corolla, for the entirety of North America. Sure, Toyota also had a plant in Canada that also made RAV4 and Lexus RX, but they stopped making Corollas on that plant in 2019, shifting all the focus from Canada to Mississippi. During the pandemic, Ronnie lost his job, and his girlfriend left him, leading him to be even more depressed. And on the final day of summer, on August 31st, he shot himself live on a stream, saying before that, "Hey guys, I guess that is it," while his Samsung Galaxy played Over the Horizon ringtone from 2019 in the background. This case is the most compelling one, since he had experienced a lot in his life, and he deserves far more attention and recognition. The Rorochan fans also need to recognize the cases of more famous people killing themselves. For example, Heath Ledger, who won Best Supporting Actor for Joker in 2008. Or Robin Williams, who was also the famous actor, and he was even nominated for the Best Primary Actor roles, winning only the Best Supporting Actor in 1992, if I recall correctly. Let's also remember famous musicians like Kurt Cobain of Nirvana, which made some amazing songs, like Smells Like a Teen Spirit, a music video of which has almost 2 billion views, or Chris Cornell, who was a lead vocalist for the Soundgarden band, which made songs that sounded epic. And he also made the opening song for Casino Royale, the James Bond movie from 2006, the first one with Daniel Craig. Absolutely a masterpiece. A bit more than 2 months later after his death, a fellow vocalist from another prominent band, Linkin Park, named Chester Bennington, was also found dead. And he really made well-known songs. And that year they released their final album called One More Light, which you absolutely must listen. The band is on hiatus as of now, re-releasing their older songs, while uncovering old ones that were released a long time ago, just like Radiohead, though it still gained popularity. And the case that I could not get over to this day, Avicii, also known as Tim Bergling. He made such great songs that still sound futuristic to this day and masterful, and his career was full of fantastic moments. 3 days after Rorochan's death, he would release the single for his debut album called Addicted to You, from the album True, which sounds like a classical song, but it was brought to modern standards. And it was amazing, since it was also a love song. It's a shame that on April 20th of 2018, he will be found dead because of him being depressed due to making too much songs. His posthumous album, named after his first name, is also a masterpiece, and I still re-listen to it to this day. His subreddit has 24,000 members, which used to be bigger, like twice, before the rare protests. But he deserves much bigger following on all social media, even to this day. Avicii's family tries to bring awareness to the issues by establishing a foundation named after his real name. They're primarily working on improving mental health of other people, while making sure that the ones who suffer from mental health problems stay alive and get better. However, they're also working on ecological problems, such as helping endangered species and helping endangered species to survive, combating global warming, and keeping wild species in their habitats. The foundation even got the naming rights for the Stockholm Global Arena, renaming it to Avicii Arena. Sorry. Finally, there are other cases of suicide that Roro Chan fans should really remember. And it is important to know that it can happen to a lot of people of any age groups, from any nationalities, and any backgrounds, no matter how successful or they are. I'm not trying to slander Roro Chan, but I'm just trying to say that Roro Chan fans also need to understand other people. And it's not really okay to get obsessed with yourself over one person that hasn't done really anything prominent in their lives. I would understand people liking Avicii because he really made a lot of popular music during that time, and he was even nominated for Grammy, the most important music award in the world. However, with the case of Roro Chan, I just don't know why it has garnered so much popularity, besides her being Japanese. Well, I hope you watched my video. I'm not trolling here. I'm not making this video to insult her again. I'm not even laughing. So I hope you understand me, and I'll see you in the next video.